folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our book for today is Redwall, the first book in the Redwall series by Brian Jacks, and published by Ace Fantasy. Now, there is violence, fighting, killing, death, and danger in this one, so if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, so this is another one from my pile of books that I started reading years ago and finally sat down and finished. This one, according to my Goodreads, I started in 2019. And I was like, holy hell, that's been a long time ago. But finally, another one complete. I'm getting there. Alright, so my first exposure to Redwall was years ago when I was a kid, actually. There was a cartoon, and we had it, I don't know who it was made by, but we had it here in the kids channel dubbed to Hebrew. So the names, a few names are slightly different, obviously. For instance, took me a little to figure out who, not a little, but it took me a moment to realize who Cornflower is. Because again, she has a different name in she had a different name in the dub. But yeah, I loved the cartoon of Redwall as a kid. I think it was on the seasons were on multiple times, and I watched it, and I was just, immersed in it. It was so cool and so interesting. And who knows, maybe that started my love for these, stories where you have animals that aren't anthropomorphic, but, they have their own societies, and in this case set in the medieval times. So maybe that started. It was later on I read the comic series of David Peterson. I can't believe I forgot the name now. Also, the guard mice and all that. It was just I just love these kinds of stories. So, after reading the book, I can obviously see they made changes when they made the cartoon. They took the story, but then made changes to it for, I think, just to maybe prolong it or tie things differently. It's mostly the same. It's just, I think they also took from a few books as well. But anyway, in the first book, it tells the beginning story of Matthias, this little mouse here. How he, as a child, his sister brings him to the Abbey. I don't remember much from the beginning, because again, I started reading the book when. But I remember that his sister brings him, they're running from something, I don't remember what. Or trying to find it, they lost their parents. She brings him to the Abbey, but then she dies. So Matthias grows up in the Abbey with all the abbess and all the other animals, and he's going to join the order, become a monk of the Abbey. But things don't go quite as planned when suddenly a rat called Kaluni the Scourge, if I'm pronouncing that Scourge part right. Scourge. He's this tyrannical rat that wants to take over the Abbey. But the Abbey's creatures, they fight him back. And they shut the doors on and the gates. And so a fight breaks to save Redwall from him. And he plans all these schemes with his rats, his scouts, his weasels, basically his army. Now, the special thing about Redwall and the Brotherhood there is that they had Martin the Warrior. He was this warrior mouse that came to Redwall and then joined and became a monk there. He also protected the Abbey, and he had the sword which was lost many years ago. And so basically focus on this fight between Clooney and Redwall, and them doing their best to defend themselves, but the abbot believes that they really need the sword, which Matthias as well believes, and goes to find it. It takes a lot of peril, and there's a lot of peril, a lot of danger, a lot of sacrifices along the way. Matthias gets injured, almost dies, and he goes on this whole adventure in Redwall itself and then out of it in order to retrieve the sword and finally save Redwall. And it's gotta be hard to describe because I didn't fluidly read it, and to tell you the whole thing would. Just all the characters, the minor ones, is also interesting, and Mr. Jax's writing style as well. I had to check before the video how to pronounce his surname because I couldn't figure it out. The way it's written, I almost thought it was French. I believe Mr. Jax might be British. I don't know. But yeah, just Clooney being terrified of of Martin getting dreams of him after seeing him on the tapestry. And there was another character here of the fox, chicken something. I kept in my head referring to him as chicken shit, but that's not his name. It's chicken something. He's a fox, and he later on reappears. I wonder if he also... I think he does, because in the spoilers for the cartoon, he reappears there as well years later as an adult, when he, I remember what he becomes, but he captures Matthias' son. Matthias and Cornflower's son, Mathieu. But, yeah, he loses an eye to the great snake Asmodeus, who has the sword, and who poor Matthias has to get the sword from, basically. It's such an adventure, and all the other animals, now they all come together to defeat Clooney, and how it seems like Clooney won, but then Matthias arrives with the sword. There's also the sparrows that live in the roof, and they didn't have a good relationship with the Abbey's creatures for years, but Matthias changes all that by they capture a sparrow, and she and Matthias end up becoming friends after having to go up to the roof to retrieve. They think the sword might be there, but it's not. The previous king, or the current king at the time of the sparrows, he lost it to Asmodeus, basically. So yeah, there's just so many wonderful things in this book. The languages, how the creatures' lives work, all the... for instance, the sparrow friend, her name is Warbeak, and she's the niece of this king, and after he dies fighting with Matthias, as Matthias almost manages to escape the court of the sparrows, but then the king returns and aims for him on the roof, and they both fall off. And they think, oh no, we've lost Matthias, and they lost someone else at the same day. But Matthias ends up surviving. But the king is dead, so Warbeak becomes the queen then, as her right by royal blood. So yeah, it's just amazing. I know it's different because I remember a scene of Matthias saving Cornflower from something Clooney did to her. She's still very prominent in the book, but in the TV series, things went different there, I think, than in here. I think they maybe added some scenes and changed things in there, I believe. So yeah, I definitely would love to continue this series. Again, more books. Yeah, that's the story. It's just, it's set in this, medieval time. You got all these creatures. It's just amazing. It's definitely something I think great to read to children. And also the fighting and that and all the creatures you meet. Yeah, so sorry I didn't go too deep into the plot there. But again, it's been so long since I began reading it. Okay, first cover. I love this little edition I got from Thrift Books. Mainly because it's purple, and also look at the illustrations. And they're just lovely. You got the roses. There's Matthias holding the sword. Not great on the yellow in between, but what are you gonna do? And you see that's... Oh, shit, sorry. My camera. You see that's Clooney over there. I forgot to say he only has one eye. Oh, and also, he gets prophecy dreams that, on the day where, Matthias returns and faces him, it's gonna be the last day where he sees, these dreams and visions about the warrior. And it is, just not the way he expected them to. He thought he would kill him, but Matthias ends up killing him instead. I don't remember if quite in the same way as it was in the cartoon. Or maybe it was the same. Again, it's different there. They should, actually find and rewatch at least that season. Because, yeah, again, this is, I think, a very wonderful series to read. It's lovely. It's got very interesting characters. Interesting, the way of life these creatures have. All those little secrets. And Martin the warrior in his famous saying, "I am that is." I don't remember how it was in Hebrew, but again, this just left an impression on me. And then, again, I think before 2019, I found out that there were books. I was like, oh, I gotta get the books. At least the first one, but yeah, I think I'm gonna get the next one. Next is actually a prequel to Redwall. And then I want to get the third one because that features Matthias' son. Matthias and Cornflower's son. Where I think maybe... I don't know if the fox chicken shit... Not chicken shit. Fuck it. I'm just going to call him chicken shit. I don't know if chicken shit lives. Because at the point where... You hear me talking, that's my dad. Because in the part where he's, he's attacked by the snake, and then there's, when Matthias is in his hiding place getting the sword, it's described that there's, the skin of a fox there hanging. So I wonder if it's him, or if he survived, or not. I mean... Not exactly a good creature, but I do wonder if he survived or if that was him there. And then in the series, they, changed his arc. Yeah, I guess I will find out when I finally get around to that. I think it's definitely a series I would like to keep and reread sometime. Okay, look, there's Asmodeus probably. Or Poison Teeth, as he's called. Alright, folks, so that's all I have to say about Redwall. Let me know if you read, if you read Redwall, or saw the cartoon, perhaps. Let me know what you thought about it. Alright, folks, so that is it. Remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!